Welcome back, trainers. So we're going to be taking a look at my Tempest Cup, and this is the official one here. This is not practice round, so we're going to be going in here up against Jeremy Guido, and I'm going to be starting off with Skarmory retreating right away to get away from that Lantern, and I bring in my Tropius, and he does go ahead and bring in his Skarmory, and it's not looking too great. But see, this is why practice and practice again, and you will know what to do in these situations. So basically, I'm going to just do as much damage as I possibly can to that Skarmory at this point. And I'm going to go ahead and come in with my Skarmory, and I will be able to take those charged up Sky attacks fairly well. As you can see, there comes one, and he built them up fairly nice there, going up against the Tropius. And that's what you're going to want to do if you haven't went to your cup yet, is if you do match up with a Tropius against your Skarmory, you don't use charge attacks with your Skarmory. You're just going to save those for the next Pokemon. So he's going to bring in that Lantern there and take me out with that Thunderbolt. Do have the Quagsire, which I'm just going to let you know right now was an MVP. So we're going to go ahead and hit up that Earthquake with extremely high energy gain with that Mud Shot just going to town. And now we're going to go ahead and go for that Stone Edge to break that shield, and that was going to be his final one there. I'm also going to be using my shield here too, and finishing it off with the Quick Move. I was really hoping he wasn't going to be able to get off. Well, Thunderbolt wouldn't have taken me out, but I would have had barely any health. I was able to hold all that energy to go up against this Quagsire here and just go ahead and use Earthquake and then Stone Edge to finish it off. And that's going to be a good game. So let's go ahead and move into round 2 here. I'm going to be starting it off with the Tropius. He's going in with the Lapras with Frost Breath, not looking too great for me. But on the flip, I'm also doing quite a bit of damage with my Quick Grass move to it as well. So he did have a bit of trouble trying to switch out here, which kind of forced him to use a shield. So it could have turned the tide of this battle. He is going to be retreating into Skarmory, and I will be bringing in my Skarmory as well. And he will have a little bit more energy at this point, so technically he could almost beat me here, but I'm not too sure what happened with his energy gain. We'll take a look at that. I'm not going to shield up. I'm going to preserve those shields because Skarmory can take those Sky attacks fairly well and continue on. So I will be able to get my Sky attack before his, which will be that determining factor in this battle here, winning that in particular Skarmory matchup. And then in comes the Lapras. I'm going to be shielding it up because I do want to get off another Sky attack onto that Lapras here to get as much damage going, but he will be shielding it up. And in comes the Quagsire here and finishing it off. See, he could have saved a shield there as well. See, and what happens is when you watch these back, you'll see what you could have done differently as well. And it was still well played in a good game here. I will be shielding up that, and at this point he's probably like, the heck with it, we'll do that and lower the defense, and that's going to be a good game, finishing it off with the Stone Edge there. Into the next match, 907 fill-in kids, let's go. I do believe this is going to be his first tournament, but he was practicing with the best of them. And I'll be starting it off with the Skarmory. He's going in with the Quagsire. Pretty favorable matchup in my hand. If I let the Stone Edge go through, it will hurt me, but Skarmory can take the hits fairly well. And we're going to just continue on here. We're going to go ahead and let that Stone Edge go through because we don't want to burn 2 shields right away. Sky attack coming in and finishing him off. I could have just went for the quick move there. Kind of a little bit of mess up, but when you watch these back, that's when you see what you could have done better. He's bringing in the Tropius here. And in this particular matchup, you would technically want to just use your quick move and hold your Sky attacks for the next Pokemon. But my health was so low, there was really no point, so I had to get off that Sky attack. Bringing in my Tropius here. Now, technically, what you want to do is sort of bait their shields with that Leaf Blade. It will cost less energy, and then next time around, you will be able to get to your Aerial Ace quicker than them, depending on the situation, as you're going to see in a future match here. So we're just going to go to town. The two, what are you going to call these things? I don't even know, like flying giraffes. All right. So moving on, I took him out there, and he is bringing in the Lantern. Going to be able to get a great amount of damage onto that before I go down. And I do decide to shield this, not necessary. I don't know what I was thinking there, but Hydro Pump, probably you want to shield, but not that Thunderbolt. So that is going to be a good game there. On to the next match. I'm going to start it off with Skarmory yet again. He's going in with the Altaria. So this is going to be a favorable matchup for me yet again, because the Sky attack's not going to be doing much damage, while mine, onto that Altaria, is taking off a decent amount of damage. And so he's going to stick it out and fight. That Dragon Breath will be digging into my Skarmory pretty well, and that's okay. We are still in a good position here. I will be using up a shield because I kind of wanted to get off another Sky attack, and I wasn't sure if I would have been able to hold on. And he did burn a shield as well, so we're looking okay, pretty even. one shield on both ends. And based upon what he has on his team, I go ahead and go in here with the Quagsire, seeing that there's not going to be too much of a threat other than the Tropius, which he did have. So I'm going to have to retreat immediately. That does not work like that. And he said he accidentally switched immediately too without even seeing what I had. And that is a big mess up. You must see what your opponent has before you just immediately switch. So I will be bringing in my Tropius here because there's nothing else I can do, because Quag is certainly not going to be able to go up against it at this point. And we will be able to get to that Aerial Ace here and doing a decent amount of damage. No shields on both ends. And I will be able to take this Aerial Ace quite nice and get to mine and finish him off. I was contemplating going for the other one because I didn't know if he was going to be able to get his. And there we go. That's going to be a good game. On to Xanthrid here. And let's go ahead and see what we have. Going to be starting off with the Quagsire. He's going in with the Lantern, and this is going to be a great matchup for me. Getting hit by Hydro Pump will hurt, but you can kind of technically tell when that's coming because it takes longer to charge, although they could simply bait you out or hold the charge like he just did. And I will be retreating into my Tropius as well. As you can see, quite a bit of mirror matches. So if you're wondering, should you purchase that secondary move? It's going to cost quite a bit. Rare candies as well. Yes, it's absolutely worth it. If I did not have that secondary move, there's nothing I can do in this tournament, and I probably would have lost almost every single match. Okay, as simple as that. You need both of them. So we do have a bit of lag here. He is going to go ahead and go with that Leaf Blade. It's not going to be doing much damage. I'm going to go for the Aerial Ace now because he does not have any more shields left. I have one left on my end. If he does get to that Aerial Ace, it's going to be almost a game over for me. I do decide to shield up. Pretty sure the Tropius could have took it, but I wanted to hold my charge for the next Pokemon. So I'm ready to go, locked and loaded, just waiting for him to pick which one. He's going to be coming in with the Lapras here. I'm going to go for that Leaf Blade, doing massive damage. And it's already almost charged, but unfortunately I was not able to get it off. So we're going to go ahead and bring in the Lantern here. And I was thinking I wanted to kind of finish him off with just the Water Gun. Because, I mean, well, technically, there you go. I mean, I got to the Thunderbolt by the time it was fainted. So we're looking pretty good here. Able to get off that Thunderbolt onto that Lantern. And doing a good amount of damage. Now, can I get to it again? And I showed him my phone at this point. I was like, look at that. 1 HP. But yeah, it was a close one there. I did have another Pokemon. That's a good game. Into round 2 here. Starting it off with another mirror match, Tropius. So yet again, another example as to why you may want to purchase that secondary move, because it's just going to help you so much. So I should have gone for Leaf Blade here to possibly bait him out. And yeah, it didn't show the shield, but he shielded up there. And so he went for his Leaf Blade. Now he has more energy than me. So he's ahead, basically. So his Tropius is going to win this match. Unless I use another shield, which I wasn't intending to do. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that Aerial Ace. And like I said, he's ahead now because of that bit of energy he saved going for the Leaf Blade in the beginning. And I'm going to decide, what do I want? Because it's death either way. The Quag's going to go down a lot faster. So I do bring in the Lantern there because it can tank those grass moves a little bit longer. I was able to charge up and get that Thunderbolt going. So he is going to be using his last shield. I do have one more left. I will be switching here and go ahead and bringing in that Lapras. Going to go for Stone Edge, doing a lot of damage there. And this is why the Quag is so beastly. Just can get up those Stone Edges so quick. All right, so this is going to almost be it, trainers. And I'm not going to talk for the last battle. We'll discuss it after it's over. That's going to be Mick Badass. And wow, what a match that was. So good game, Xanthrid. Let's go ahead and check out this last match. So there you have it, trainers. That was an absolutely amazing last match. Not only did we both win a round, but it was down to the very last Pokemon with just a sliver of health. So fantastic. I wouldn't have had it any other way. Not only that, but he came in with the Charizard. Let's go. So I have myself to the left here in the gray sweater and the black hat. Then you have Mick Badass, who took number 1 right in the middle there. And then you have Bone Chip to the right, wearing the gray sweater, taking 3rd. So I had a great time here. Then we have a group picture of everybody else at the top, and elegantly putting this together every single time out of her own pocket. You just got to give it up for her for doing that. Really appreciate it. And let's take a look at this group photo here. That is Mick Badass there in the back. So this was before we started the tournament, and it's funny that he was standing in the back and then he came out up on top. So let's go, man. Congratulations. That was an awesome win. So these are the prizes that I did receive. Somebody 3D printed the Tempest Cup badge, which was amazing. And not only do we have Elliegantly putting everything together, but she's also making prizes, those gifts that you see. She made quite a few of those. So yet again, much appreciated, Ellie. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at my team here. I was really contemplating whether or not I wanted to use Steelix or Charizard. And I kind of just went with Charizard because there's going to be those Skarmers floating around, Tropius, and it's just a hard-hitting move with that Blast Burn, even if it's not very effective. Funny enough, I didn't end up using my Charizard, not even once. So I just felt comfortable going in there with Skarmory, Quagsire, Lantern, or Tropius. It was more of Skarmory, Quagsire, and Tropius most of the time, okay? And they really complement themselves. So if you play your cards right, you can do well in this tournament. So let's go ahead and look at the moves here, and then we'll wrap this video up. So for the Quagsire, we have Mudshot, Earthquake, and Stone Edge. I did have a Sludge Bomb on there for quite some time, but I was thinking to myself, you know, if I went up against a Steelix, it's game over, and they're probably going to win. So I need to have Earthquake on here. And as far as Acid Spray goes, I'm going to do some more tests in the future to just give it a shot, see what we can do there. But like I discussed in my last video, going over it fairly quick, is how you're going to want to play this is use Acid Spray after they've been locked in and they switch, all right? And they're, you know, they try to get the 1-up on you and they can't switch out anymore. Use Acid Spray, lower their defense, bring in something that's super effective with the quick move, and hold your charge and take them out like that. I mean, that's just one of many ways that you can use it in a play there. Then moving over, we have Tropius, of course, Razor Leaf, Leaf Blade, and Aerial Ace with that secondary move. Okay, all right, that's what you're going to absolutely need to go in there with. It's not going to cut it with just grass moves. Then we have Lantern here with Water Gun and Thunderbolt, Hydro Pump. Now, I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. This thing is a very good Pokemon to use for this cup, but, you know, it will go down if it goes up against anything with grass. Abomasnow will be able to tank the hits very well, and it's not going to even get off a charge. It's just going to Razor Leaf you to death. The same with the Tropius. And then we have Skarmory, which I'm going to have to say another MVP here, guys, okay? It can go down with specific moves, like Electric type for sure. But if you are able to retreat it and have something to protect it, like the Tropius or Quagsire, for instance, on my team, then it should be able to do okay. So we have Air Slash, Sky Attack, and then Flash Cannon. So it is a little glitched up there. That's just what happens. It's just going to be like that. And then we have Charizard, which I did not use, Fire Spin, Blast Burn, and Dragon Claw. So it looks like Blast Burn is now a 3-charge bar move. Just joking. It's just glitched up. All right. Let's go over here. And then we have Dugong, which is going to be pretty good. I just didn't really use it. And when I did use it, it wasn't in the best circumstances. Ice Shards, Ice Wind, and then Water Pulse. And that's going to be it. So there you have it, trainers. Hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast this time around. I have a blast every time around. It's just I was more prepared for this one. Felt more confident about my team. And it was fun. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.